Recently, Elon Musk has sold his stock options and paid a pretty high margin, which was more than $10 billion, and the tax rate was around 40.8%. As a result, this process created a few different feuds for Elon with different political personalities over taxing, economy, and other issues. One of the feuds is with the US President Joe Biden. And a few days ago, Musk stated in an email to executives how he has a super bad feeling about the US economy and that the automaker has to downsize approximately 10% of its workforce. Joe Biden's response was harsh. He criticized how Elon operates a business and wished him lots of luck for his trip to the moon. Of course, Elon responded back in style, and now it's a big mess. And even though Musk was forced to sell off Tesla shares worth billions of dollars, demand for electric vehicles continues to outstrip supply. Tesla, on the other hand, has experienced closures at its China Gigafactory because of the recent global crisis. When asked about Musk's statements, Biden stated that the problem seems to be with Tesla. He elaborated that while Musk is thinking about something like this, Ford is significantly upping their investments. Ford is boosting its investment in electric cars and developing new models. And to that end, they have hired 6,000 additional union personnel in the Midwest. Taking a dig at Musk's space ambitions, the president added, "So, lots of luck on his trip to the moon." Musk took to Twitter to reply, saying, "Thank you, Mr. President," and a link mentioning NASA's allocation of a $2.9 billion agreement to Musk's SpaceX in April 2021 to develop a spaceship to carry people to the moon. Before Musk's notice, which came in the form of an email labeled "Pause all hiring worldwide," Tesla had about 5,000 job posts on LinkedIn, ranging from marketing in Tokyo to engineers at its newest Berlin Gigafactory and deep learning researchers in California. Musk's proposal that employees return to the workplace has already been met with opposition in Germany. Musk demanded in his email everybody at Tesla spend a minimum of 40 hours each week in the workplace. If a person fails to attend, the organization will conclude they have quit. Musk also had a Twitter feud with Australia's tech mogul and Atlassian co-founder Scott Farquhar, who mocked the policy in a series of tweets as something from the 50s. In response to Farquhar's post encouraging Tesla staff to seek remote work jobs, Musk tweeted that downturns serve an important economic cleaning role. And Biden has chosen to make electric vehicles the cornerstone of a strategy to transform the United States into a global force capable of competing with China and dealing with climate change. However, he has paid considerably greater emphasis to Musk's unionized rivals in Detroit. Musk and Biden's dislike of each other got worse when recently Biden met with a group of high-level auto executives, including General Motors chair and CEO Mary Barra and Ford Motor Company CEO Jim Farley, but snubbed Musk. After the meeting with the executives, Biden tweeted that he meant it when he pledged that the future will be built right here in America. He gave the example of automakers like GM and Ford, which are producing more electric cars in the United States than ever before. Musk, evidently irritated by this blatant exclusion from the meeting, reacted to Biden on Twitter, writing, "Starts with a T, ends with an A, ESL in the middle." The remainder of the Twitter thread was spent by the billionaire responding to followers and admirers who slammed Biden for ignoring Tesla from its endorsement of electric automobiles. A user tweeted that absurdity has reached national levels. Biden and Barra should be ashamed of themselves for this blatant lie. Replying to this user, Musk responded with a now viral tweet, "Biden is a damp sock puppet in human form." Musk has regularly directed scathing tweets towards the president, lamenting the lack of recognition Tesla gets as well as criticizing Biden's union-first, subsidy-heavy strategy for developing the EV industry. Musk declared that he would no longer support candidates of Biden's Democratic Party, as they have become a party promoting divisiveness and hatred. After acquiring Twitter, he vowed to return highly controversial Republican former President Donald Trump's access to the social media network. In late September 2021, he tweeted that Biden was still sleeping when the president didn't even call to congratulate SpaceX and their civilian astronaut flight, which collected funds for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Following that, also in September, at the Code Conference held in California, Musk implied that the Biden government was prejudiced against Tesla, adding that the administration appeared to be influenced by unions. Musk is also opposed to Biden's selection for the National Highway Transport Safety Administration. Missy Cummings, a Duke University professor who is a safety consultant to the NHTSA, has called into question Tesla's autonomous driving technology. She is worried that drivers may abuse Tesla's self-driving capabilities. In a tweet, Musk labeled Cummings very biased. Moreover, it is a well-known fact that Elon Musk is a big proponent of a carbon tax. He talked many times about how we should implement a carbon tax and how it will benefit everyone. So, recently Elon tried to talk to the Biden team about a carbon tax, but it was not successful. Elon said, "I talked to the Biden administration and they were like, well, this seems too politically difficult." Of course, this unsuccessful attempt from Elon made this feud worse. Musk's spat with the president heated further when Biden launched the Build Back Better Act. Despite the fact that the measure included tax breaks for electric vehicles, Musk was critical of it. The plan, which failed to pass owing to opposition from Senator Joe Manchin, sought to revive a $7,500 government credit for buyers of Musk's vehicles. Before this, Biden signed an investment measure that included $7.5 billion for the installation of electric vehicle charging stations around the country. Musk, on the other hand, is opposed to state support for charging points. Drawing parallels between the gas stations and EV charging stations, he said just like car makers don't require support for gas stations, they don't require it for EV charging stations either. So there's no reason for the government to endorse a charging network. He'd eliminate it. He also called for the elimination of all subsidies, including those for oil and gas. In a tweet, Musk referred to the president as a puppet for the United Auto Workers. He was responding to a tweet describing the president's development bill's potential electric vehicle purchase tax incentives. The law provides an additional $4,500 for EVs built by unionized employees. Purchase tax credits reduce the cost of an EV by providing a tax benefit to the customer. Tesla automobiles are no longer eligible for government tax credits. Because Tesla's Fremont, California facility is not unionized, the move might provide EVs from other manufacturers, such as Ford Motor and General Motors, a financial edge based on where the vehicles are manufactured. All of this is useful for investors only if it has an impact on Tesla's accounts. Although the measure has not yet become law, the $4,500 tax credit may be significant. Furthermore, the NHTSA has not yet issued suggestions on how Tesla should install and test its self-driving technologies. Driver assistance functions are available from all manufacturers and are intended to increase comfort and security. Tesla outperformed Wall Street expectations in April after hiking prices to combat rising inflation in the auto sector. Shares plunged more than 8% after the news was revealed about Musk's email, as investors feared the CEO's comments might foretell future troubles. Prior to his remarks on Musk, the president had just delivered a speech boasting stronger than expected US employment creation in May and dismissing criticism of his management of inflation, which is approaching 40-year highs. JP Morgan Chase and co-chairman Jamie Dimon stated this week that we must prepare for an impending economic storm. Other CEOs and economists, on the other hand, believe that the solid labor market in the United States, consumer savings, and strong consumption will allow the economy to manage a soft landing to a much more sustained development at reduced levels following a swift recovery from the recent crisis.